Hey listeners, this is Mike Morford, host of Killer Communications, and I'd like to tell you about a true crime show that I've been listening to for several years now. It's called Morbidology. This weekly true crime podcast is hosted by true crime author Emily G. Thompson. Each week, Emily uncovers a new true crime case using investigative research combined with primary audio. Morbidology is an award-winning show that shines a light on the darkest corners of humanity. I'm about to play a preview from episode 342, which takes a look at the tragic disappearance and murder of Jassy Correia. In late February 2019, 23-year-old Jassy Correia was celebrating her birthday with friends at a Boston nightclub. It was supposed to be a night of joy and celebration, but when she left the club in the early morning hours, she would never make it home.
Boston in Massachusetts is one of America's oldest cities. It was founded in 1630 by Puritan settlers and became the cradle of the American Revolution. By the 19th century, it had transformed into an industrial powerhouse and a gateway for immigrants seeking new lives. Waves of Irish, Italian, and later Cape Verdean families arrived at its ports, building communities that would shape the city for generations. By February of 2019, Boston's Seaport District had transformed from industrial waterfront into one of the city's trendiest areas. Glass-walled restaurants and upscale nightclubs drew crowds every weekend. Young professionals and college students alike flooded the street after dark, seeking escape in the pulsing music and dim lights of establishments, such as Venue. Venue was exactly the kind of place people went to forget their troubles. On the night of the 23rd of February 2019, the temperature had dropped to the low 30s. It was cold enough that your breath misted in the air. Cold enough that you wanted to get inside, get warm, get somewhere safe. It was just after 2 a.m. when the nightclub's doors opened, and guests spilled out onto Tremont Street. The music had stopped, the lights had come up, everybody was heading home. Among the crowd was a young woman in an orange jumpsuit and a denim jacket. She had no shoes. She was just barefoot on the freezing pavement. She was alone now, but she hadn't meant to be. There was an Uber parked at the curb, its interior light glowing. The young woman tapped on the window, then climbed into the front passenger seat. But moments later, the door flung open. The woman fell from the car onto the sidewalk, landing hard on the cold concrete. There was a man standing nearby. He was watching.
I hope you enjoyed that preview of Morbidology and the Case of Jassy Correia. To listen to episode 342 in the Case of Jassy Correia in its entirety, be sure to listen and subscribe to Morbidology across all podcast platforms and YouTube. Thanks for listening.